On today's episode, we're making a really quick and easy weeknight meal with a chicken sausage skillet. Hey guys, welcome back to truLOCAL TV. I am your host, Stephanie K, and I'm excited to be here today because we're doing something a little different and we're in the kitchen, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make a super simple yet delicious meal with my chicken sausage skillet. Okay, so let's get started. We've got all of the ingredients ready, so we're good to go. So the first step is gonna be to add a little heat to the pan and just add a bit of oil, because what we're gonna do first is cook the sausages before we get the rest of the skillet going. We've got some nice salt and pepper chicken sausages from truLOCAL that are gonna be amazing in this dish, but in reality, you could use absolutely any type of sausages that you like. Pork would work well, spicy sausages would also work really well. Okay, so now we can go in with the sausages. We're just gonna cook them 3 to 4 minutes per side, just until they're about 80% cooked. Then we're gonna take them out and do the rest of the skillet in here. The reason I love these sausages so much is because they're made with such minimal yet incredible ingredients. Just chicken, salt, and pepper. And they're from one of my favorite local farms, Hidden Root. Love it. So now that these guys are just about done, I'm just gonna take them out of the pan and set them aside to rest on this cutting board, and we'll add them back to the pan later on. Now we're gonna go in with the rest of the ingredients. So the first thing I'm gonna toss in is all of the onions, put those in. And in addition to that, I'm also gonna go in with the garlic. So I'm just gonna decrease the heat a little bit. In the same pan, they'll cook in all of the chicken juices and it will be absolutely delicious. Give these a good toss. This is gonna make a great base and tons of flavor for our skillet. You also just wanna make sure that the heat is not too high because you don't want the onions or the garlic to burn. You just want them to get nice, tender, soft, and translucent. So when there's maybe about 30 seconds left on the onions, we're gonna go in with the spices and the seasoning. So for that, I have about a teaspoon of oregano I'm gonna add. Also a teaspoon of thyme. And if you had fresh, you could absolutely use it. I'm just using dried, mostly because it's convenient. I'm using full fennel seeds. You could also use crushed fennel, about half a teaspoon of that. And I can already start to smell these flavors, so nice. And then some crushed chilies I'm gonna add. Now I'm gonna do about half a teaspoon. If you don't like things too hot, you could do about a quarter. If you like it really spicy, go for it, as much as you want. Again, give these a little bit of a stir with the onions, and you're basically just toasting the herbs and the spices here just to help bring out the oils and the flavors before you add the rest of the ingredients. Perfect. Now once those are going well, the next thing that we're gonna add in is the bell peppers. So I've just sliced them lengthwise, or julienne them if you will, this way, but you can honestly chop them any way that you like. That's gonna go in. Again, we're just gonna continue to encourage this around. And then after that, we're gonna add the diced tomatoes. I'm using fresh ones. You could also use cans if you want to. It's about 4 large diced tomatoes right into the pan. I like to think of this recipe as a bit of a take on a pasta and sausage dish, but instead of pasta, what we're going to use is we're gonna use white beans. The beauty of the beans is the fact that they are naturally gluten-free, and they also help to add a little bit of protein as well. Now I'm gonna add the salt in here. That'll help with on the tomatoes to bring out those natural juices. About a half a teaspoon. And then about a quarter teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. Put that on there. And again, you can season as you go and continue to add any salt and pepper as needed. Now what we're gonna add in is about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We'll put that right in there. Now this looks like it's pretty thick and it looks like, how is this gonna work? But what we're gonna do is add about a quarter cup of water to this. It's just gonna help to liquefy a little bit and bring it all together as a nice rich sauce. And then again, give this all a good stir to help bring it all together. The next thing I'm gonna do is add in the beans. So I've got what we call a white kidney bean, if you will, or a cannellini bean. So this is 2 14-ounce cans that I'm adding in. I'm just gonna come over here and I'll slice up the chicken sausages and just add it right into the pan. And it is looking amazing. And then the last touch that we're gonna do to add to this dish is we're gonna top it with a little bit of fresh basil and then stir it right through and save a little bit just for garnish at the end. Now that we've got the chicken back in here, we're gonna let it bubble away and let all of the flavors come together for maybe just 5 or 10 minutes and we'll be good to go. But while we're waiting for that, I wanna answer all of your questions, so let's get started on that. The first one today is from Jake on Facebook, and he asks, can you share a good salmon recipe in the future? Good news for you, Jake, we already have a ton of amazing recipes on the truLOCAL website. So if you go to trulocal.ca, you can find them all there. My personal favorite is the herb crusted salmon. It is delicious. The next question comes from Luke on YouTube, and he asks, what is your favorite or must-have kitchen tool? For me, my favorite must-have kitchen tool is actually a really good knife. Chopping and meal prep can take a very long time once you've got to cut all of that stuff. But a really good high quality knife will help cut down on time and make things a heck of a lot easier. And then the last question is coming from Danielle, and she is asking, what exactly do you mean by local? Well, Danielle, what we mean by that is no matter what province you are ordering from, you are going to be getting your meat delivered directly from farmers and suppliers in that province. Thanks for those questions, guys. They were so good. And there you have it, guys, my one pot chicken sausage skillet. So quick, so easy, ready in under 30 minutes, high protein and naturally gluten-free. I think it's the perfect weeknight meal.